Hello. I'm on the other side of Holland, other side of Lake Macatawa now. Oops. Right by where it meets Lake Michigan. Right over there. I'd move this, but I just got a view where you can even see this wintry little thing. So if you haven't watched any of my videos before, I write songs for me. I'm not trying to make up the genius song of the century when I put myself on the spot with a video in front of me and just trying to make up words and chords at the same time. Like, I know that half of that was garbage, but I don't even mean like garbage. I mean like, you know, when you birth something, like you birth a sketch, you birth a song, you birth a bit of writing. Say you have a creative practice and you're a writer and you work on your novel every morning for 3 hours or something, or 1 hour, or 10 minutes, you know, and you birth those things. Like, you kind of, in a way, I have to honor all of it. So, like that, nah, I wouldn't put that song on a record. I don't even know what it was about half the time, but, like, it's about, I don't mean to turn this into a writer's block video, but it's all about flow. Writer's block is all about unblocked flow. It's all about flow. It's not blockage. It's writer's block is the most absurd thing for people to focus on, because then you're focusing on the block. You're focusing on why you feel stopped, which creates more of that in your life. Watch some law of attraction videos. Like, it's the more you focus on the stoppedness rather than on the flowiness, the more that's what you're going to experience. So focus on flow. Let yourself flow. Turn on yourself like a faucet. Let it out, even if it's just in sacred private spaces. That's what I did for like 10 years in journals before I started doing this, is I would let myself speak honestly in journals. Even if my honest truth was, I'm being abused right now, I let myself speak it honestly in those journals. And then found I was always talking myself out of things in my own journals. I was always twisting and turning and reasoning, rationalizing why I'm doing this for somebody even though it hurts me to the bone. Why am I doing this for them? Why am I doing that for them? Why am I changing X, Y, or Z about myself? Why am I denying my own truths? It's like, not everybody's like this. A lot of people just speak their truths. Boom, done. And I just don't. I do on here. But this is a learned skill. This is like no different for me than journaling, because very few people watch this. If I had to make this say someday, 1,000 people were watching these every day, I wouldn't speak the same. So maybe I'm memorializing myself. Not really. I don't want this to be something famous. I feel like I'd get so much hate mail in the comments. I don't know what people would be like, at it, or boring song, and then like they're not gonna watch all my other videos where I say, I know like I know I write boring songs or meandering songs or songs with no hook or no chorus. And it's like, this isn't as weird as it is then to put it on YouTube. I'm still gonna say this. Then it just know that this isn't for you. Like, it is and it isn't. Like, the fact that I put it on YouTube, beyond the organizational aspect of it, is because it's for anyone who would get something out of it. And there are people in the world who do get something out of, I've met a lot of them, usually other creative people, like people who are on a creative path, that get something out of the permission that watching me do this gives them to just do their own creative journey, whatever theirs looks like, because it won't look like mine. It doesn't look even remotely like mine. The people who've told me that this has inspired them, that I do this, that I'm so free-flowing and sharing and writing and creating and talking and everything, and people have told me that. So it's like, that gave me courage to keep doing it, but it didn't give me like a wildly huge fan base or anything. It just gave me a lot of like fans in the ether, like fans in the mind. It's not, this is why I don't curate content. I want you to be a fan of the idea of me doing this so freely. I don't want you to be a fan of watching every minute of what I create and then have opinions negative, probably, that I'm losing your attention and I should really try doing it this way or try doing it that way. It's like, no, I've had enough of that in my life. I know what it feels like to have someone else should all over me. Should. S-H-O-U-L-D. It's not a good feeling. It's a terrible feeling, because creativity is not something you can should all over. I mean, you can, but you should do it on, you should. I recommend that you do it on your creativity and I'll do it on mine. So I have my own personal shoulds, like, ooh, I really want to fix the bridge. of this song that I'm putting on the Trees for Clouds album next year. And I'm working on it. I'm paying a drummer to play on it. And I'm working on it at my brother's studio in Minnesota. And like, this is exciting. It's another multi-state album. I'm doing big albums again that are big projects that span a year. And I love it and I've missed it. And it lets my heart really settle into songs. And like, inside of those projects, I have my own personal shoulds. Like, hey, Jesse, you should probably... It's not even should. It's like, it's want. It's I want to work on the piano part and edit the piano part and condense certain parts and change the like. But that springs up from the same well that my creativity comes from. Editing, for me, editing actually feels as sacred as creating. And I try to allow the editing process to even be related to this channel of creativity and the muse and God and inspiration. And I don't edit when I'm in a self-hating space. Absolutely not. If you are editing from a self-hating space, you will edit yourself to non-existence. You just will. So, well, that is a little video. Maybe I should make this one for my patrons who I said I would do videos like this about writer's block. It just was that most of my patrons weren't responding. Even though I promised them certain things, they weren't writing me to let me know what they wanted or if they watched it. And maybe I need to not put that pressure on them. They shouldn't have to do that. I should just give it to them even because I said I would. Yeah. Maybe I'll make my piano series and my writer's block series. And those will go to my patrons. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go home. It's weird to know you're going home to a place that won't be a home for much longer. Me and Brian are moving, so I'm very excited about it. But it does kind of confuse the term home. Like our home then becomes like a mausoleum, but we still live there. So we're like excited for the next step, but at the same time, you want to put as much love into the place that you're still in, and then, but it's a mixed feeling. It's almost like you missed the moment where it last felt like a home by having already moved on a little bit in your heart. It's kind of like you missed that moment where you could have enjoyed the last time where it felt like a permanent home, because now you're already in motion. And now you don't get to feel that anymore, and you can try to fake feel it. You can try to be like, I feel the same feeling of forever here, but you don't, because your heart is already moving on to this other place, and so you're already excited and dreaming about that. So then you're just in some sort of limbo. Purgatory? No. It's not a bad thing. It's just movement. It's change. It's growth. It's exciting. It's scary. It's heart-wrenching on a few topics, as I was saying about in my last video, but it's necessary and it's good, and I'm grateful for my sweet partner choosing to come with me, because I even wrote a song about that last month, and I didn't know how all of our dreams and conversations and life intersecting would go. So it's going well. I'm happy to report. All right. Bye.